What do you mean? I like cashews. I like almonds. Hey man, I'm only a partial owner. Oh, yes. What? Yes,
That's
that's where
basically what that's saying.
that's where the charger cable is, Quevin. What? Yes,
That's basically what that's saying.
that's where the charger. Okay, audio's working now.
Do you know how many people are going to come in and watch this stream?
I know. Get ready for the internet to crash,
How's your gym progress?
bro. It's paused at the moment.
What does that mean?
Well, I had a vacation for a week, and then I'm just getting over a nice cold for
Oh, okay.
almost a week. Yeah,
Nice, nice.
but
I've gotten cold 5 times this winter, so I know that feels. I know that feels.
five. Dang, last time I talked to you, I think it was like you were on your second.
Or my third, yeah. I got them back to back to back to back.
Holy crap, dude!
It was terrible. So that kind of slightly influenced the gym progress for a little bit.
Oh,
I've basically just recently had gotten to like get back at it consistently.
yeah.
Today is rest day.
Oh boy, I hate rest days.
I like rest days, bro. I get so sore from working out that it just feels so good.
Bro, I wish I could get sore. It's nice because I started doing, after doing nothing for like almost 2 weeks, I started doing push ups again. And then yesterday I pulled weeds like all day and I was sore. And it felt so good. I was like, I love to get sore because it doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, my back sore is a combination of actually working back and standing up all day.
Oh, yeah. I remember those days.
My legs kind of just got over being sore. My legs. I ran a 5:30 mile on the treadmill yesterday.
5:30? Holy crap, dude.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. I've
insane.
been doing cardio. I've been doing the cardio, and I was just like, yeah, we'll see how fast I can go real fast.
How? Do you even do any warm up or anything?
Uh, I did. Oh, I did a core workout before it too, so I was tired kind of too. I hit core before,
Holy
so
crap, dude. What is your schedule like? You do for working out?
uh, for working out,
Yeah.
it's kind of random. Well, my days are always the same mostly, but when I do them depends on if I'm sore or not. So I usually do chest and most of the time I just do chest, but sometimes I do tricep with chest because then I also do when I do biceps, I usually do triceps too. So I do chest and triceps and biceps and triceps sometimes, but sometimes I just do biceps or just chest. Like I kind of mix tricep up.
Mm-hmm.
And then I usually do back and shoulders together, and because I think those are optimal to do together.
Yeah.
And then I do legs. I do a day where I only do legs. Uh, that's pretty much it. I try to mix core up. Sometimes I do days where I just do core, like yesterday when I also ran, because I try to mix up running in there too, because I'm getting into cardio. The problem with running is you can't run before leg day, like the day before, depending on how hard you're running. And you
Oh.
can't really run a day after leg day either. So leg day, like, but the problem is my leg days have been sucking because my knees are terrible. Like I'm about to like go to like physical therapy or like try to figure out what's wrong with them because
Uh-oh. Did you
my
do
my
something?
knees are horrendous. No, I didn't do anything. They're just super bad. My whole family has bad knees. Like just they're bad. Like my knees feel like a 60-year-old's. And just anytime I squat or do anything with legs, they're just super sore out of nowhere. And then my right knee, every time I go down, it pops. Like it's a super loud audible pop and like I can feel it going up all the way into my leg. Like it doesn't
Ooh.
hurt, but it's like super uncomfortable.
That does not
So
sound good.
I don't know what that is, yeah. It's
How
not
long
like painful pop, but it's like annoying.
how long has that been happening?
Ever since I started working out. I never really noticed it until I started like destroying my legs
Oh.
in the gym. So we have 3 watching. Wonder who's in here.
Dang, bro. 3
No way,
million?
bro.
You cut out when you said that. You said 3 million or 300 million?
I said 300 million. Imagine.
We got all of America watching.
Okay,
Well.
so did you finish your
Huh?
pilots class or your
We haven't talked since then.
online thing? No, you were still working on your online course when we last talked.
Oh boy. Oh
Because you
boy.
said you were going to do the online course and then grind out the flying hours.
Yeah, so you're gonna be pretty disappointed with me, Dad. But so I finished the online, and I was gonna go in and take the test for the ground school test to get that out of the way. But then we started selling rebound games, like pretty decently. Like we sold our whole first batch of like 12, I think was our first batch, pretty quickly to my uncle's coworkers, and so I was like, and I looked at the thing. I'm like, if I go in and take the test to get the ground school out of the way, it only lasts for 12 months. It's only good for 12 months, and you have to get your all your hours in before those 12 months, or else it expires and you have to take it again. And I'm like, well, since this is doing well, and I haven't really put a ton of money into it yet, I'm going to take a break because I still have the course, so I can go back and do it whenever I want. And we're going to take a month or two and go all in on it because it's happening right now. And so I took one flight. I went in for like a demo flight, and the guy that I went up with was like, I don't know, I didn't really like him. And I couldn't tell you why, but something just didn't feel as fun as it usually does. So I was like, well, that was another reason. I'm like, well, maybe. And then I saw a video of this pilot complaining about it, and he's like, it's stupid, I don't want to do it anymore. It's like I'm a glorified bus driver, and they just tell you, go here to go there, and then you sleep for a couple hours, and then you get up and you do it over again. And you don't...
flying?
Yeah, well, of being like in the airlines. And I'm like...
I wouldn't want to be in the airlines.
Yeah, I was like...
Sounds...
So then
No.
I started to rethink about that, and I was like, well, if I'm not going to be in the airlines, what am I going to do it for? And I'm like, well, this is going to take a lot of money and time. And
It's a lot of money just to be like, oh yeah, in the future maybe I could fly a private jet. That,
yeah,
like maybe, like
exactly.
kind of a big risk. And something like that wouldn't be necessary either.
Yeah.
And if it would get to a point like that, then you can just go back and do it.
Exactly.
Because you already took the course, you just didn't take the test.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's exactly what I was thinking, and
not a bad idea.
I'm like, I can always go back to it in the future. So I'm gonna take this chance, the opportunity that we have right now, and so we've been doing that, and it's kind of slow right now, and I think it's a combination of the weather was kind of crappy, and I think the price is too high. And
Yeah, the price is way too high. That's what me and Marty were talking about.
yeah, because I was talking to people at the gym. I'm like, I was showing them a short video of it, like 40-second video, just so they get the concept. And I'm like, so we're going around asking people if they would play this game and if they would buy it. And it's like a combination between cornhole and beer pong, where you throw the ball and it has to bounce off and come back and land in the cup. And there's a points game and there's a drinking game. And we're just trying to get some feedback about it. And they're like, yeah, dude, everyone that we talk to loves the game. They're like, that game is so cool, I would definitely play that. And I'm like, well, how much would you pay for it? And they're like,
$50.
no, it ranges. A lot of people say $30. And then
Yeah.
I would say 30% say $30. Probably 40% say between $60 and $80. And then 30% say that they don't know what to base it off of. So I tell them what we're asking, and they're like, I might pay that, $190. And I'm like,
yeah, I think that's way too much.
yeah. And I was trying to tell my uncle that, and I'm like, this isn't gonna work. We're gonna have to decrease the price. And he's like, I don't think so. So we have on March 9th, we're doing a opening day for the Little League here. They invited us to come out because one of the head guys was doing my grandpa's bathroom, and because we just got that remodeled, and he needed some like big game to come out. So we're gonna do the opening day. So and they're supposed to have 300 kids with parents. Hopefully that's over 1,000 people will be there to see the game, and so we're going to see how that goes. And I told him we need to lower the price. And he said, fine, we'll try $175. So we're going to do $175. And if we...
$175.
With 1,000 people...
How much does it cost to build, bro?
It costs around...
No labor included.
Around
raw material.
$35 in material. Around.
And then how long does it take you to build one game?
One game... If just to build the game... It's not too bad. I would say probably 30 to 40 minutes. But if we do the engraving on it, that takes like 30 minutes of board.
It takes you 30 to 40 minutes to build one game?
Yeah, well, that's 2 boards is one game. And that's really good compared to what
and $35 in materials.
Yeah, it was taking us like an hour and a half to build one game.
See, does your uncle have business experience?
No, which is the problem.
Yeah, that might be a problem.
And he's also like the ultimate consumer. He's similar to my mom, where they see things
like he doesn't conserve his money.
Yes, they are very influenced by people. And if someone that they like, that they see online...
Oh, like someone comes up to them and is like, oh, buy this, and they'll instantly buy it without thinking about it?
Yeah, and they're...
Everything?
Yeah, and they're impulsive. They do a lot of impulse buying. So, and that's another thing with my uncle, is it's kind of annoying, because he's doing all this research and stuff, and he'll see these different machines to cut the wood or to put designs on it, and every day he tells me this new machine that he wants to buy. And I'm like... We don't need to buy that. We just need to focus on selling these. Because now we have our second batch. We have I think we have 16 games that we're saving up for March 9th. And we're not really trying to push them right now because we don't want to sell them before then. We want to have some to go into that with. But I don't know where I was going with that. But that's... And... So we're not really building them, we're not really selling them right now, so he's kind of just looking around at things and at different machines, and he really wants to get a new machine, and I'm like, we don't need a new machine. We have everything that we need right now. We just need to focus on selling these, and then we need to focus on building more, and then we need to focus on selling those.
So... I know, obviously, he's not going to take this advice, but from what I know about it, what I would do, because it seems like it's a good idea. It's a pretty unique game, right? Mm-hmm. Looking at it, it seems pretty fun. I mean, I've never played it, it seems like a game that looks worse than it plays.
That's what I was telling
Because
him
like
too.
because the concept of like because you think about it and you're like, what? You bounce a ball off that and somehow it goes back to
A
your
ping
board and
pong
goes in
ball.
your yeah, like that's, when you look at it, you're just like I don't know about that. Like that seems too inconsistent. And the thing about that too is like it seems again, I've never played it. I don't know if there's like strategy. Like it seems like oh yeah, you can maybe pick out a point on their board to throw at, but I'm not sure how consistent that would be. Like I don't know if you're just randomly throwing balls at their board and hoping they go in, or if you can actually strategize where to put the ball on the board. And then also, well, you've played it, so is that can you actually like pick a spot, or do you mostly just randomly throw it?
Well, you can pick a spot, but it also because you're never gonna get the boards perfectly exactly parallel or like lined up. You know the size of the boards.
Yeah.
So I mean, once they're set up, you can, but it changes every time. And it's also there's different strategies like we figured out if so the boards are like this, right? And if you stand behind them, directly behind them, and throw it, then it works, but the arc isn't very much. So I figured out if you stand next to it and you throw it underhand with like your dominant hand, like say this is the board, this chair, and you stand here and you get if you throw it as low as you can, because you can stand next to the board without crossing the front of the line. Throw it as low as you can, it will hit the angle and it will bounce more of an arc so it has a better chance of going directly
Yeah, I
in.
know what you're saying.
Yeah. And so there is strategy, and my uncle thinks that he can curve them, but I don't think they actually curve. So, but yeah, like you were saying,
Yeah,
it
it's
looks
just
impossible.
yeah.
So I was telling him we need to go to events and we need to get people playing the game because once you play it, you end up making like 1 in 3 balls. Once you actually like sit there and get your rhythm down, like after it might take like 1 or 2 turns where you'll miss all of them, and then you'll start sinking them and sinking them and sinking them.
Yeah, it seems like it can be quite frustrating.
Mm.
But so yeah, there's that. And then obviously there's different distances you can place the boards. So I don't know, have you tested what different distances are like?
Yes, and it's kind of a weird thing because I mean it all depends on like the environment, and like sometimes it works better at 7 feet, sometimes it works better at 9 feet, but we found the most consistent is at 8 feet, so we just say 8 feet, and also that's like you know how there's like a perfect medium when you throw a ping pong ball like no matter how hard you throw it, it only bounces so far.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
it's just plastic. It's not super bouncy.
yeah. So that's like we kind of figured that it's about 8 feet is where like most
So that's
people.
the thing, though, is like if someone gets the game and they're just setting it up as like a backyard game, they might be confused and they might set it up at like 16 feet and be like, "This is retarded. Can't the ball doesn't reach." And then they might set it up at like 4 feet and be smacking each other in the faces with balls or something.
Well, some people might like that.
Yeah, that could be fun.
Yeah.
So it just seems like it's a creative idea. I just don't know if at its core, the fundamental, it could gain like ultra popularity.
Well,
But again, I've never played it. But just looking at it from never playing it before, like if I was a consumer, right? That's what I'm thinking. And then also, it doesn't come with cups, right? Or does it come with cups?
it comes with cups and balls,
Okay, it comes with cups. Oh, and balls. Okay, that's good.
but they're just plastic solo cups, so they're really easy to
Well, yeah,
replace.
that's
Yeah.
what I thought. Yeah.
So and
So that's
we
not bad.
put so with our laser engraver we can put any design you want on it. So we were also well I was talking to my grandpa and we were kind of talking about it and I was like Because he was saying we should lower the price to 130, and then if they want a design on it, then we charge them like $15 or something, like $10 or $15 to put a design on it. And that was something my uncle wants to do. Is he wants to start doing add-ons. And this is another thing. He thinks of so many things to add on to the game. I'm like, let's just get it down and let's sell them and let's just sell the game. No,
Yeah.
he wants to start buying yoga mats to separate the boards, so you don't have to measure, and so it deadens the ball if it doesn't make it all the way to the board. He wants to put cup holders, some way that cups can be a cup holder on the game or to go in the ground. He wants to put
that's not bad.
things to keep the score on the boards, like this metal strip where you move these things along.
That's also not bad.
Yeah, he wants to do like a ball holder. He wants to do
Yoga mat kind of retarded.
well.
Idea.
It works.
Because people just throw it down in grass.
Yeah. Well, if you play on concrete and stuff,
Or dirt.
it works pretty well to like stop you from chasing the balls. But I'm like, that's all good ideas, but that should not be what we're thinking about right now. You know?
Yeah, you shouldn't be investing that much time if you don't even know how well you can sell them.
Yeah. I'm like, we have one thing, and we need to
Because what
build it and sell it.
Is you take all the time to add those things on, and then you realize, oh, we're not selling any of these.
Exactly.
And then you just realize you wasted your time.
Exactly.
You got to figure out if you can actually sell them first.
I'm like, this is the
But yeah,
core game.
You definitely need to convince them to change that price, though. That's pretty atrocious.
What are you thinking about the price? What do you think would be a fair price?
I think you should try. If I were you, looking at your price analysis, I would try seeing what people think about like 99.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Which, in my opinion, still is a little expensive. But if you can sell them at 99 fairly consistently, and you drop the price even more, that's probably gonna be good. Because if you take 30, let's say you take an hour to build a game at most, right? And it takes $35 to build the game. If you were charging like, let's just say 60, that's still, $30 an hour technically you're charging for your time, which is pretty good, right? And I'm sure you can find ways to make them quicker than that, and you just said it takes actually like 30-40 minutes usually. That's doing engraving. So
at that price
you could
point,
maybe eventually lower it to that.
Yeah, that's a good idea. At that price point, at the 99, should we charge for the engraving, an extra charge? Or should it come with the engraving?
I don't know, I haven't really seen... I saw a couple of the engravings. But the engraving doesn't really cost you anything, right? It's just time.
Yeah.
So, I wouldn't. Personally. I think I wouldn't. Because obviously I'm not there, and I haven't looked at them, haven't built them.
Mm-hmm. Which, that's another thing, is I like how you're saying 99. That's how I was thinking another reason why we should lower the price is because the game looks so difficult. We just need to get people buying it and playing it. Because once they play it, they'll realize that it's not as hard as it looks. And then they'll tell their friends, and then we could always adjust the price later. But just to get them out there, to get people playing it.
It needs to be cheap.
Mm-hmm.
You can't put it out there at a high price.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, but cornhole for a official 4x2 cornhole with no design on it is $300. I'm like, you can find them for cheaper than that. One,
you can
and
find
two,
them for way cheaper than that, I'm certain.
Who buys the official cornhole game?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's look this up. Cornhole games. Let's look at these prices. Let's look at these prices here. Okay, shopping. Mm-hmm. Cornhole boards. Complete cornhole boards. $125.
What size are they?
They look big. Like, standard size.
Like 4x2?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, yep, 4x2. Just yeah, regulation cornhole size. Just wood, standard wood. This is just the first thing that comes up. 120. Here's some with designs on them for around 200. Oh, here's some non-painted boards, $70. Um, yeah, Amazon, just boards with the bags and everything, $97.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, like, oh, yep, $100, $130. An actual painted board, 160. Because, like, yeah, like, ain't no one gonna be just see the game, be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna pay $200 for two boards and some ping pong balls.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. And he was also saying that, like, because that first batch sold so quick to his coworkers, so he thinks he can get that from everyone else. And they were like, really?
Well,
That's it? That's all that it costs? I'm like, they also work at a jail, so, like...
yeah, I don't know, bro.
Yeah, I don't
That's
know.
also his coworkers, so
Yeah.
you need to actually get out into real people because they're gonna run out of contacts.
Yeah.
Or
And...
personal.
Yeah, and that's another thing. And he really wants to find a manufacturer, and he wants to pay someone to do marketing, and he wants to pay for, what else? Oh, he wants to get licensing.
That
I'm like, no. I told him, we can
Can't do that yet.
manufacture enough boards right now. For our demand right
You
now,
can.
we can manufacture boards. So we don't need that. Marketing, so easy these days. All we have to do is start posting on social media. Maybe we could pay for some Facebook ads if we really needed to.
You'd need to pay for stuff. But again, you need to make sure they can sell before you do that.
Yes. But right now, to start out with, we really don't need to.
No, right now you need to market to everyone you can talk to, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then do organic marketing, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So post about it, maybe write about it or something,
Yeah.
and then
But he doesn't want to be in any of the
see if
social
you
media.
can sell. You can't sell anything nowadays unless you're in social media.
That's what I was trying to tell him. And I'm like, people want to see the people behind the companies, too. He's like, well, nobody wants to see me. And I'm like, then we're not going to sell any. He's like, sure we are.
So,
And I'm like, licensing would
it'd
be
be nice
cool.
if I was there, bro.
It would be so cool. You can come down. I'm right there. You could be my roommate across the hallway, bro. Right
Yeah,
there.
but there's many problems. There's many problems with that.
Well,
One, your uncle would have to like me, and I feel like that would maybe not happen.
no, he would.
Well, yes, but if he is as stubborn as you were making out, then
You know, it's kind of funny. He's really not that stubborn. Like, he'll change his ways. But he does... When I tell him things, okay, there's been tons of times this has happened so far. And I'll tell him, we should do this. And he'll be like, no, I don't think so. So then we won't. And I'm like, okay, well, then let's just keep doing it like that. And then someone else will tell him the same thing. Or he'll see someone online tell him. And he's like, let's try it. And it ends up working, and I'm like, we just wasted.
told you.
We just wasted all that time. I just told you. And then, what else was I going to say? Oh, when I suggest that we do things, and he's like telling me all these reasons why it won't work and stuff, and I'm like, well, let's just try it. And we try it, and it ends up working just fine. And he's like, oh, we should have done this a long time ago. I'm like, Yeah. So it's just I just have to get someone else to tell him for me, which is kind of annoying. And that's another thing too. I don't know if you experience this, but it happens to me all the time. Is like people treat me like I'm a kid still, and I don't know if it's
Yep.
because I don't express myself as much as I should, but
Yep.
everyone tells me things that we've already talked about. That like we talk about. I know that like we've had a discussion on this, and they're telling me about this thing. Like, yes, I get it. Did that happen to you?
I feel the same way. Yep.
It's like, how old do you think I am?
Well, for that reasons too. I mean, we both look young,
Yeah.
so people can mistake us for young, being very young, and we don't express anything. We are kind of just silent most of the time.
Mm.
So obviously, people think that, they don't like things.
And I think we're both a little bit more advanced than most people our age.
Yeah. Yeah. Because we're quiet.
Yeah.
The louder people are usually the more retarded ones.
Yeah, the empty barrel makes the most noise.
I don't know, bro. You did buy a Tesla, though, so apparently
Hey
something's
man,
wrong.
hey man, hey man.
So
I haven't
a
had
fuse, bro. A fuse went wrong somewhere.
I haven't had to pay for
Some
gas.
wiring.
I haven't had to pay for gas.
Do I give a frick? Do I give a frick?
No, that's one reason.
Someone told me I had to wear tight jeans for the rest of my life to look like a gay man. They say you're either forced to wear these or you die, or you can save or you can pay us $100 a month to not wear skinny jeans and look like a gay fag running around the streets. I would pay the $100
But what if it was 500?
and not look like a gay retard.
What if it was 500?
But it's not $500 though.
Gas down here would be $500.
And it's still paid.
Oh,
Well, I guess if you're driving distances and you're in a fat, dumb city, then that does affect things. Yes, you're right.
So that brings up another conversation that I was just having with my mom. And, so, as you probably guessed, I still haven't had a job. I haven't gotten a job. But,
Oh yeah, I was going to talk to you about that.
well,
I was
mostly
thinking about that.
Mostly because we're going all in on this rebound thing, and it's pretty fun. I like doing business stuff, but I've been going down the rabbit hole of looking into real estate stuff. 'Cause I really want to buy an investment property, but I need to make some money first. So I was like, well, I was thinking, out of all the people of everyone that I know, what do the most successful people do that I know of? And it's all real estate. Like, there's a guy down here that we're actually going to dinner tomorrow night with. We've talked to him a bunch of times. It's one of my grandpa's friends. He does real estate, and he's a little bit older, but he has a Lamborghini, just bought a brand new Corvette, has a Jeep, has a house here, has a house out in the ocean. And then there's my cousin's uncle, which I guess he's kind of my uncle, but like a distant uncle. I don't know. But he's like super wealthy with real estate. Like, he owns like 80 houses just around here, and then he owns like 4 apartment complexes, and then up
That's
there,
where people invest their money.
Mm-hmm. But they're also
That's
they're real estate agents also.
It's not the problem with real estate is it's not a good money making. Like, to start off, you have to have money first, because again, me and you have done it. Me and Marty have done the math on it. It can take a while to gain money on stuff like that.
Well,
me and Marty were doing math about getting a duplex, right? And I think you were doing some of it too, right? We were just talking about it. And we were looking at prices in his area, or maybe it was somewhere in Tennessee. It was like a cheaper town, right? And we were looking at the price of a duplex compared to the price we could rent it out. and we were comparing how long it would take us to make money, like actually like return on investment. And it's a long time. We were doing it for rental houses too. We were like, oh yeah. So say we buy a $200,000 house, right? Just buy it, and then we rent it out. How long till we can make money? We were calculating like 3 to 4 years before we start actually getting income from it. Which obviously you own the asset, so instantly you're making money because the asset goes up in value. And I'm talking like cash in hand to use for other things.
Mm-hmm.
Takes a long time. So even though in the long run you're gaining capital or you're gaining how much you have, your net worth, as far as like buying power, it takes a long time to catch up to that.
That's another thing. I was thinking about that too. And I was just talking with my mom about that too. I was like, so for my first investment property, I don't know. I was like, do you buy it as a rental and you hold it and you make money really slowly, but you have it? Or do you buy it as a flip and you fix it up and you flip it, where you make money really quick comparatively, but you don't have it? And
I looked into flipping too, though, and it's not good a lot of the time.
Well,
it depends on what you do.
Yeah, you have to know how to do it, which obviously.
Well, yes, but the only way you make good money off of those is if it's like really bad condition and you make it look amazing. But in order to do that, it takes so much time and cost of materials that I've seen several people that say it's just not worth it at all because they make barely any money and it takes them several months to do.
It depends. If you like buy all your stuff from Home Depot or Lowe's and you have to pay a contractor and everything like that, then yeah, that makes sense. But which you would have to do starting out until you meet the right people who know how to do it and stuff. But if you actually get it down to like where these people are doing it, where they're doing like a bunch of them and they get their materials cheap and they get their labor cheap, and it's like once you do it a couple times, I mean, with almost anything you do, you lose money at the start. There's a fee to get into it.
I'm talking about gaining good money to start, because all these things would be better if we had money to start.
Mm-hmm.
Like if we had comfortable amount of money and then we could find investment things to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
Where we still comfortably have enough money, right? Like if I could have $100,000 in my bank account at all times while we're doing this, I mean, I don't need that much. That's way more than you need.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I mean by like comfortably, and then you can start doing those things. Because that's a lot of money to have in your bank account.
That is.
Especially if we're starting off.
But, I mean, comparatively, renting or flipping, I mean, chances are that you can make better money quicker flipping. So which one do you do?
No. I'd do renting every day, because the value of the property goes up and you're making money off it. So, like, even just buying it and letting it sit there, you're still making money most of the time, unless something weird happens with the market. But because houses appreciate, they're like the only thing in the world that appreciates.
Mm-hmm.
So you can literally buy it and have it sit there, and you can still make money. Now, obviously, that's not always the case, because there's, property taxes and any interest you'd have and all that. But for the most part, and especially that's what renting do, because renting pays off your property taxes at the least,
and
you're still making money off of the appreciation of the home.
Mm-hmm. It pays. So, it probably pay your taxes and your interest, because taxes really aren't that much.
Depends on where you're at.
Yeah. Well, here It's pretty high. It's like
It's pretty high here too.
yeah. I think it's like
Some property
$5,000 a
tax
year
churches.
for like a house here. Five thousand
Well,
dollars a year,
you
which
you can't even like buy a house there. So
no, but
start off with.
but
Oh.
if you were renting that out, that's not. I mean, if someone rent here is also like $2,800 at least.
Oh yeah, you can charge higher rent there too. So.
Yeah. So I mean,
Yeah.
it's 2 months pays off your property tax for the year.
Yeah. But again, the thing with renting is it's not just sitting back and have free money coming.
Mm.
Because you have to deal with the people, you have to make sure they're keeping it cleaned, you have to make sure they're not doing anything retarded, you have to make sure they're not causing problems, you have to make sure they're actually paying you, which sometimes you can't even make them pay you. So it's not just sitting back.
Unless you hire a property management company, which that cuts into the tiny amount that you do get.
Yeah.
Which, if you have enough, I would say.
If you had just a couple people.
Yeah. I would say that would only be worth it probably if you had 5 or more units. That would make sense. Because then.
Yeah, if you had multiple places and you could like hire someone to do it for you.
Yeah.
Which you could do. Like again, if you're making $2,800 a month in rent, tell the guy, yeah, I'll pay you $1,500 a month just to, deal with paperwork and payments, all that, and you make money completely free.
$1,500 a month? No way. I've seen companies do it for like per property they charge like $100 to $150 a month.
I'm just saying. I was just saying as an example, you'd still be making money and it'd be completely free. I didn't know actually what the price would look like.
Well, depends.
Again, it depends because people don't make their payments,
mm-hmm.
right? My grandparents have experience with this. You have to take care of the home and the property. It's still your liability, right? At the end of the day. And people can be retarded.
You know what's funny? Speaking of that, my mom was just telling me that someone my dad knows has rental property. They have like a rental apartment, just one unit, and they rent it out to this guy, and he hasn't paid since like December, and they found out that he was in jail, and that his girlfriend with like 2 little kids is living in that place now, and she's not paying, and they want to evict him, but they can't, or they have to serve him eviction papers, but he's in jail. So they asked my dad if he would serve them their papers in jail, to go into the jail and serve him papers. And my dad said, no, I'm not doing that. So then they found out that they actually couldn't give people things in jail, so they had to pay one of the sheriff people to do it. And I don't know what happened after that. But I was like, well,
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's whack out there, bro.
Yeah, I was like, well, maybe my sister could do it. Which jail do they go to? CHS, Lake City, Lakeland?
Yeah. Yeah.
But, yeah.
Oh, man.
But that's another thing. It's crazy. But no, originally, I was talking about, like, getting my real estate license as a real estate agent. That's what I was initially talking about before we went off on this tangent.
Yeah, we talked about that a while ago.
Yeah.
And I was saying the pros and the cons. You kind of already have the pros and the cons down.
Well, I was thinking... Did you watch that video I sent you? The last one? About going to college? Oh, it was a really good video.
You just sent it today.
Yeah, I'll give it to you really simply, real quick. But he was basically saying...
Yeah, that's what I like.
He's basically saying that if you're... if you come from an educated family that is already doing okay, and you can't get financial aid, then you shouldn't go to college, basically, unless you really
It's like
want
me,
to.
yeah.
Yeah. But he was saying if you don't come from an educated family, where say you're the first person in your family to go to college, and you're not in a you're in the poorer class, and you get financial aid, then you should go to college because you're paying less for what you get, and it puts you in a different group of people, a different class of people.
Yeah, but the class of people in college is retarded, though. Problems.
That's true, but I think he was more talking to when you come out, you're classed differently. Which
socially, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Yeah.
And I think that makes a lot of sense. So, and I'm glad I didn't go, which that helped me with my decision. But that also got me thinking. It's like, because he said when you want to change those kind of people should go to college because they need to change their environment. And so, because when you change your environment and you're around different people, you change your behaviors, and that's what got me thinking more about this. I'm like, so on top of money, because like all those people that I know that I was talking to you about, and that's not all the people that I know. There's more people that are real estate agents that are like make a ton that I know. But on top of that, because you're networking with all these people and stuff, and you grow this network as a real estate agent, and you change your behaviors because you're around those people, that's also another reason why I would want to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we talked about all this.
Yeah.
We talked about that there's pros and cons. I mean, ultimately, the problem with... Because I'd like to do something like that too, technically. Right? Having freedom like that and having opportunity. But it's like, I can't talk to people. Like, I can... Me approaching someone, like, talking to them, it's going to be like...
Let me ask you a question.
I can do it. I can do it, but it's not fun, bro. And I feel like I always screw something up, and people are retarded doing it.
Let me ask you a question.
Am I saying something wrong? Like, what's the problem here?
Okay,
ask me the question.
When you go up and talk to people and you feel like that happens, do you have a reason that you're going up to talk to them?
Almost always, yeah.
Oh.
I don't talk to people unless I have a reason.
I'm like the opposite. Like, if I go up and try to like have small talk with someone, that's exactly what happens to me. But if I have a reason to talk to someone, I'm perfectly fine with talking to people.
Me too, yeah.
So like,
I mean, yeah. If I can hold a conversation with someone if there's something to hold a conversation about.
Yeah, like if you.
I'm just saying, like, personally, I don't like talking to people. It's just not a fun thing that happens. And the thing is when you're doing business with people, it's not all about business. It can't be. You can't just talk to them about business. It has to be some personal stuff, some side things. You have to be good socially in other aspects. You can't just go up to someone and start immediately talking to them about business.
Which, that's another thing. Do you think... Well, you probably think. But the more that you do something, the better you get at it, right?
For the most part, yeah.
So if you start doing it on a long enough time horizon, you're
I don't talk to people. It's not like I don't talk to people.
I know, but I mean, like, in those situations. Because, like, I'm the same way.
I don't know.
But I feel
that's why I watch someone like you, or like... Because Marty doesn't have this problem. Apparently. Right? It'd be nice to talk to people together, right? Because you build confidence that way.
It's so much easier to talk to people when you have someone next to you. And that's what drives me nuts, is being down here. Nobody wants to do anything with me down here, bro. Everyone's all fuddy-duds. Like, I want to go down to the Griffith Observatory. I want to go to this museum. I want to do this. I want to go look at these houses. I want to go to this open house so I can talk to the realtor just to see how they like it. Nobody wants to do anything. Nobody. I'm like, why?
If you think that's rough, I wake up, go to work for 10 hours, come home, go to my gym, lonely, alone, destroy my muscles for about an hour, come inside, take a shower, get into bed, go to sleep, do the same thing all week, and then on the weekend I've been doing one of two things. I've been sleeping all weekend, 60 hours straight, just sleep, or going to my grandparents because it's kind of fun up there. They have nice property, nice house, lots of things to do. Shoot guns. Been shooting guns a lot.
Your
Love
new
to
one?
shoot guns.
You've been shooting your new
Yes.
one a lot?
Yes, my AR. So, that is my life. I don't have any friends that live here. I only have my family. I don't have a single friend that lives in Houston that I can go and do anything with.
Same here, bro.
I literally, I have one that lives in Moscow going to college
Ugh.
that would actually want to do stuff with me. But, bro, he's like 30 minutes away. He has college. He has things he's doing in his life. It's like,
Mm-hmm. What about your coworkers? You need to make any friends with any coworkers?
no, none of them, they're all old is the problem.
Oh.
Like, there's a couple people around my age, but they're all retarded.
See, that's another thing. Oh my gosh, dude. Why do kids our age have to be freaking retarded, bro?
Dude, our generation's terrible.
It is. It's ridiculous. And, well, I guess.
So, just in terms of, like, getting a girlfriend or something, right? Back in the day, I could see a pretty girl walking on the side of the street. I could be like, hey, want to go on a date? And she'd be like, yes. Nowadays, you do that. Everyone starts laughing at you, right? Starts laughing at you, posts you on social media saying, oh, look at this simpy newbie.
Did that happen
You can't
to you?
do it anymore. No, I'm just saying.
Oh.
That's how society is.
Mm-hmm. You're right. It's ridiculous.
So I'll probably never get one of those because of that, right?
Well, have you ever watched Scarface?
No.
In this country, first you get the money, then you get the power, then you get the girl.
Maybe. We'll see.
That's how it works, man.
It's just so retarded, and nothing ever goes how it should.
No, and that's another thing. I've been actually looking at different countries to move to because if this election does not go our way,
I'm not. I told you, bro. I ain't moving to America.
I'm out of here.
No, if this election doesn't go our way, there's gonna be problems.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be a oh that's fine. We'll just do another 4 years.
No.
There's got to be like a civil war brewing. There has to be.
Bro, could you imagine the civil war
There has
between
to be a civil war
Republicans and
brewing.
Democrats?
Well, there just has to be. Well, just what do you think is gonna happen if Biden wins again? It's not gonna be good.
I don't think Biden will win again. They'll put like Gavin Newsom, or they'll Michael Obama, or someone else.
Biden is gonna be Biden is gonna be the Democrat electorate. It's gonna be Biden versus Trump.
Yeah, but I don't think he'll actually.
It's gonna be one of them.
He's not going to be the one that actually takes the office.
Well, he's not the one in the office right now. It's freaking Obama and his freaking
Pelosi and Clinton. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's true. But you know what I mean. I don't think he'll be the face of it.
He shouldn't be. But either way, bro, it's over.
If
something bad has to happen here.
And that's my grandpa was saying. He said the only way that they're saying that Trump won't win is if he gets assassinated. And so he's like, yeah, they're definitely. He calls it a pot shot. He says they're definitely going to take.
They're trying to put him in jail, right?
Which I
mean,
mean,
now
they've been trying that for a long time, and he hasn't done anything wrong. So it's going to be really difficult. But I was saying, they literally can't assassinate him because if they do you know what will happen in this country?
It's over.
Do you?
I know.
Think of the liberal.
That's what I'm saying.
The liberal
That's what I'm
riots,
saying, bro.
The riots that the liberals threw. Now picture Republican riots. where actual
Bro.
men are throwing riots.
Yeah, we're actual men throwing hands in the street.
Yeah, and not just hands, freaking bullets.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I'm
That
taking a pee right now on stream.
on street. You should have brought your phone, bro. Had a POV P. The
Okay,
POV.
bro.
Our viewers would have gone up 100 million.
You imagine.
We're at 4 million viewers right now. Thanks everyone for tuning in.
I know I can't even. We haven't even been reading the chat. We can't because
I know it's just flying up there, man. I mean, and these are low numbers too. Like everyone, tell their friends to get on here. Tell your friend, tell your dog, tell your neighbors, tell your grandparents. Get in this stream, bro.
Oh, yeah. That's also why no important moves need to be made for the next, at least this year.
That's what
I'm
I was
just
thinking.
working my job. Like, even if we were like 23 right now and wanted to finally like move somewhere and make some moves, we would have to wait until at least the election.
That's what I was thinking too. Is do I start?
Something's gonna happen.
Do I start this? Do I start getting my real estate license, which apparently takes 3 to 6 months? Do I start that now, or do I do a retarded job now where I don't get anything out of it until the election?
You don't not get anything out of it. You get money, and maybe experience.
Well,
you don't get nothing out of it.
You get like $9 an hour down here in California after tax, so it's basically nothing.
Well, yeah, you're just cooked. It's California. But you barely get anything here either. I mean,
yeah. Which,
I mean, the government's taking half my paycheck too, buddy.
Yeah,
I'm also paying $300 a month for rent.
Really?
Yep, my parents are making me pay $300 a month.
Wow, that's I was thinking, I was like, that would be kind of cool.
This is real world stuff out here. This is real world stuff out here.
If I had a job, I was like, that would be cool if your parents, like, say you lived with your parents, if your parents took like $300 a rent like that, but they set it aside for you. They put it in like a different fund. So you're paying rent, you have the responsibility, but when you move out, you have this thing to where you can use it to go do something else.
See, the problem with that is my parents are kind of not the most well off in terms of the money. So they kind of need it.
Well,
yeah, my dad can't claim me on his taxes for the first time this year. I'll be paying my own.
Oh boy,
which is great stuff. Yeah, I'm excited for it.
That's fun. Have you started those yet?
Nope. I still need my W-2 from Winco. I have to either call them or try to get it online. I forgot I need to do.
Oh shoot! Oh yeah, how's the stocks going?
And then I'll just file it with TurboTax. Oh yeah, the stocks. Dude was supposed to call me today at 4 o'clock, but as you can see, it's 5:39, and bro has not called me.
Wait. So, 4 o'clock Pacific.
I think it's over.
4 o'clock Eastern time.
No, we set it up. We set it up for 4 o'clock my time. He was supposed to call me an hour and a half ago. Well, I don't know what to do because I don't know a better trading site to use. Here's his excuse. Again, I have called them probably 6 or 7 times trying to figure this out. Well, your account needs to be verified through our principal review team. And I'm sending messages to them, but I'm not getting a response here. So I say let's just wait a couple more weeks. And if nothing happens by then, I'll let you know. We'll get a call. We'll do updates. You know, it's just principal review team. It's just they must be swamped or something. Why can't people do their job? All it takes is to look at my documents and be like, oh yeah, he's good. Check mark. What are they doing? Are they freaking watching? Are they scrolling TikTok in the office? I mean, what are they doing?
Is there really that many people that they have to verify? Like,
are you understaffed, bro? Like, you're probably paying $60 an hour to sit in an office cubicle. You're not understaffed.
All you do, look at the documents, click check.
I mean, what are they doing, bro?
Oh man, have you done any research for any better places?
No,
Mm.
I just haven't heard of any.
Well,
And I told my dad, and he's like, "Yeah, you should get that done because he can also transfer the things he has set aside in my stocks. I think I have like $300 or $400 in a stock account that he made for me that I put into.
dang, are they? Is it invested?
Yeah,
Oh,
they're all in stocks. So he's like, "Yeah, we can maybe get these transferred over
yeah.
because they're on E-Trade."
Oh, he's on
But I
E-Trade
can't do
too.
anything. Yeah,
Well, I'm
stupid,
on.
bro.
I
How
think
hard is it?
I used Schwab. Well, I used TD Ameritrade, and then it got bought by Schwab, which I've never bought a stock on there. But my dad, like, I tell him which one. He's basically my broker. I tell him what I want to buy, and he buys it. And like,
Did I grab the money? Or did you grab it up? The $30. Didn't you have the $30 on the table?
What did you just use?
Well, I had 30 in my wallet. I couldn't remember if I grabbed it.
I gave it to Mom, and she was supposed to give it to you, but I saw it next to your computer.
I can't remember. I thought it was just still sitting there. But I put it in my wallet. Because I was seeing it sitting.
Yeah, you should have got it. Thank you.
was
We're
that
gonna need to turn
Cortland?
the stream off. No, it was my dad.
Oh.
When we turn the stream off, I can show you what I just got.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like that. But
Oh.
anyway.
Yeah, but we were saying, so you could use that, or I don't know. My cousin wants to start getting into stocks, and he wants to use Robinhood. And apparently, he's done a bunch
I've
of
heard
research.
about that. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, and they're apparently good. Which one? I want to know which one the because we watched the movie about the GameStop stock, where they stopped people from blocked them from trading it, and I can't remember if that was Robinhood or something else. But I'm like, nah, I would not want to have my money in a stock.
No,
place.
I've heard weird things about Robinhood.
Yeah. I don't remember what I've heard about it, but I don't remember hearing good things.
Me too. But I know I've heard something. I swear.
Yeah.
I think I've heard a couple stories of people like there was a glitch. There's been glitches in their system before where people have gotten screwed over.
Yeah, which maybe...
No. I heard a story one time. This is actually a crazy story. Bro was options trading, which I kind of know what options are, but not 100%.
It's on a bigger scale, yeah.
And something went through where like some business tanked or something, or he opened up the app one day and he had like $30,000 invested in this or something. Like he had a lot into it, but he was good at it. Like he was making good money off of it. Like he was cooking. He opened the app one day and saw he was like $1.9 million in debt, like that he needed to pay, like his liability. Like he got like millions. Like he got screwed over. Like he was done for the rest of his life because it's high risk. With options is like the highest risk trading you can do.
Mm-hmm.
So, and these numbers might be off, but I know it was a ton of money. Like it was a huge amount that he owed, like that he was in liability for. So, bro tries to contact them, and they say, "Oh yeah, you owe that. Like that's not nothing. No, that's not a glitch. That you really need to pay that." So basically, he would be screwed for the rest of his life. So he killed himself because he's like, yeah, no, that's not happening. So he killed himself. Turns out it was a glitch in the app, and he didn't owe anything. It was just a glitch.
Was this someone you knew?
No.
Oh.
It was a story I heard.
Oh.
Not someone I knew.
I was
It
like...
was a story.
I was like, what the
No,
heck?
it's a real story. No, it's a real story.
Dang, bro.
So, bro killed himself because of a glitch in the app. Which is retarded, obviously, that he killed himself. But, I mean, that's still their fault for the glitch. So, yeah.
That's crazy.
And the fact that they told him everything was right, and it wasn't.
Yeah.
So.
That's like some... That's a bad impractical joke. That's crazy.
Nah, bro, I'll wait for him to call me one more time, but if he just says the same thing, like, oh, we're just waiting, I'm definitely gonna do a lot of research into something else.
Yeah. Which I feel like there's so many
Okay.
out there, there's probably a better one.
Yeah. Okay, I have to go eat. It's dinner time.
Okay.
Do you want to stay? I won't be that long. If you want to just stay here, but... Or unless you want to talk, like, tomorrow.
Yeah, I could probably do tomorrow.
Because I'll be working out tomorrow. But maybe around, like, 6. Or after I eat and stuff.
Of when we
6
could
or 7.
talk?
Yeah.
Oh, well, we're going out to dinner tomorrow. So that would work.
Like a late dinner?
Well, it'll probably be from like 6 to 7:30 or 8. I don't know.
Frick. Because I'll be going up to my grandparents probably this weekend. So that won't work.
Well, great.
Do you want to just stay here, or do you want to call again, like Monday or Tuesday?
Well,
Because we have more to talk about.
Yeah, I guess I could stay here, but I'll just.
I probably won't be that one.
I'll leave, or should I pause the stream?
I mean, you can turn off the stream if you want, because we don't have that much more to talk about, I guess. And I have classified information that I can show you.
Oh boy. Okay. And I guess we'll end the stream here.
So. Okay, I'll just leave the Discord up.
Okay, and text me when you get
And
back.
I'll be back.
Because I think I'm gonna go talk to my grandma.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. Thank you all for watching. This concludes this stream, and we'll see you in the next one.